Hi guys, Laura here from bujo.auslife and welcome to my first YouTube video. For May, I've decided to try out an A6 notebook, inspired by a few of my current favourite inspirations. Kat at Book of Notes, Kimberly at Quirky K Bujo, Kelsey at Tethered and Told, Ursula at Honey Roses and Megan Rhiannon at Petite Gloon, and I've linked to all of their Instagrams below. I'm using a Leuchtturm 1917 A6 softcover dot grid in navy, and I've detailed the pens I've used below. I hope you enjoy my first plan with me as I set up my new notebook. My routine spread is basically a tracker for cleaning and household chores. It's originally inspired by Plan Another Day. I love being able to see when I last cleaned something, and it helps me to stay on top of housework. The numbers on the left show the weeks, and on the right they show which month it is. I've included everything from general housework and gardening to feeding our sourdough starters and pet care tasks. I tend to fill in this spread weekly when I'm setting up my next weekly spread. This is my monthly spread. I'm using 2 pages per month. On the left, I'm including a calendar and putting planned events beneath it. I'm using green for work-related events, and everything else is in grey. On the right will be a monthly checklist and goals, listed by people, adventure, work, home, other, and money. There are some tasks to be checked off and others are goals to be aware of, for example, working on my patience. You'll also notice that we all make mistakes, and I'm using a bit of correction tape. Also, looking back, I've just realised that I forgot to include my mind and body checklist, so I may add that beneath the events on the left. This spread is for my monthly habit tracker. I try to fill it in daily in the evenings before I go to bed. I've only just managed to fit the whole month to the spread, but I still think it will work. These tasks aren't necessarily all tasks to be completed daily. However, I do like to see how frequently I complete them or check the last time something was done. You'll see CPW down the bottom, and it's a cost per wear tracker that I'm filling in daily. I'm trying to reduce my waste in general and trying to make sure that I'm more intentional in my clothing purchases and wear the clothes I have more, and I find that cost per wear is a pretty good measure of how well I'm doing and how much use I get from my clothes. I'd much rather spend money on something well made that I love and that I get a lot of use from, rather than something that's just going to end up in landfill. This is the first weekly and daily spread of my notebook. I'm using one page as a weekly overview, including a monthly calendar, events, and tasks to complete. I'm also going to highlight the current week in grey. I think I'll end up using one page per day. One advantage of this is that I could plan out my whole week at a time if I wanted to. The tracking boxes at the top of my daily spreads will be for yoga, chest physio, workouts, walking the dog, water intake, or other physio exercises. Instead of a monthly gratitude spread, I'm planning to include it in each daily. 2 stars at the bottom of each page to indicate 2 things I'm grateful for. I'm also going to include my dinner plan, or what I ate, at the top under the day. Every time I start a new notebook, I make a waiting on spread in the back. It's super versatile and allows me to keep track of online purchases, parcels, responses I'm waiting on, or when friends borrow things. I use a Tombow brush pen as a highlighter to mark when they're completed. And so that marks the end of my setup for May in my new notebook. Thank you so much for watching my first Plan With Me video. I'd love it if you could give me a thumbs up or ask me a question in the comments. If you'd like to see more of my work, subscribe to my channel or check out my Instagram at bujo.auslife. Thanks. Bye.